Welcome back to the cryptoworld channel, everyone. My name is Josh, and right now, Bitcoin is finally breaking out, heading towards this massive bullish price target, as the price is still playing out this bullish divergence and is also forming a new bullish pattern on this Bitcoin chart, getting extremely close to another breakout, as we're currently seeing a massive Bitcoin short squeeze, while Ethereum is also breaking out, heading towards this bullish price target, and Solana is doing the same thing as well. So I'll be talking about all of that and more late in the video, so definitely watch to the end. First of all, starting off on the 4-day Bitcoin chart, and over the last 1 day, not a lot has changed on this chart in terms of the super trend indicator, but if we're taking a look at the 2-day Bitcoin chart, right now, as of recording this video, the price of Bitcoin is running into this descending line of resistance, which has been holding as strong resistance for over half a year, since basically around March this year, and right now this is sitting at close to $66,000. And so, of course, it would be a big deal for the price of Bitcoin if we could see a confirmed breakout with at least a 2-day candle close, ideally above 66,000, in order to finally confirm a breakout above this descending line of resistance, and to be more confident that we're really heading in the bullish direction on the larger timeframes, potentially starting more of a bull run. We ideally also need to see a breakout above around 68,000, because we do have significant resistance around there as well. But obviously the first step right now is to break out above 66,000. We are currently running into that major resistance. So it'll be a big deal, like I just said, if we can actually see a breakout here, because that would be a massive change in price structure from this larger bearish trend into potentially more of a bullish trend starting to form on the larger timeframes, if we can first confirm a breakout above this resistance and above these previous highs. But as of right now, at the time of recording this video, technically speaking, there's still the possibility that we could see yet another rejection from this resistance, like what we've seen all of these previous times, where we had a major bullish move in the short term, but ultimately it ended in a rejection. So just keep that in mind. We need to actually first confirm the breakout above this resistance before we can really start flipping more bullish again on these larger timeframes. But obviously, in the shorter term, we've already been bullish for a number of days now, as I've been talking about over the last few days, and I'll talk about the smaller timeframes in just a moment. But first, taking a look at this daily Bitcoin chart, and what's very interesting right now is that we're actually still seeing a spike to the upside in the DXY, which typically, not always, but most of the time, more than 90% of the time, when the DXY is bullish, that's often bearish for Bitcoin and crypto. But once again, as I always say, it's not 100% perfect, accurate all the time. No indicator is 100% perfectly accurate all the time. Sometimes it does give false signals every now and again. And so that's why I look at many different charts and indicators and patterns and signals in these videos, not just rely on one particular chart, so that we can overall get really an overall look at how the market's looking at right now. And so despite the fact that we're technically still seeing a bearish signal on this Bitcoin chart, this is just one chart out of many charts, and all of these other charts right here are all flashing bullish signals, especially in the shorter term, as I've been talking about over the last couple of days. But taking a look at this daily Bitcoin chart, and of course we're continuing that major bounce from this significant area of support in between around 60.2k to 61.2k, still acting as support, and we also have a bit of support at around 63,000, and we should now find support in between around 64.1k to 64,500, considering we've now broken out above that area. And I explained in my last video here on the channel, before we saw this breakout here, before we saw this bullish move, I said if we break out above around 64,500, expect a short squeeze, expect a continued bullish movement, most likely close to around 67,000, because that's where the next major resistance starts, close to 67,000 and going up towards around 68,000, acting as major resistance. And over the last 1 day, that's exactly what we saw. The moment we broke out above around 64,500, we basically continued a short squeeze as expected. And so those are the areas of support and resistance to watch out for right now. Once again, previous resistance now acting as new support, but still significant resistance. First of all, at around 66,000 based on this line right here, and an area of resistance in between 67 to 68,000 based on previous price action and the volume profile indicator. And with that being said, taking a look at the 8-hour Bitcoin chart, and right now the price of Bitcoin is still perfectly playing out this bullish divergence pattern that I've been talking about since basically all the way back down here at almost this exact bottom. First of all, back down there, I said that we're forming a bullish divergence, and then the very next day I said this bullish divergence is now confirmed right around here, and ever since then we have seen more bullish price action as expected, as one of the most common outcomes from a bullish divergence. And so I've been sharing over the last couple of days here on the channel, I've been sharing in my videos that I am already in a long position. I've been trading this move to the upside, and as of right now, this is an update on my long position right here on screen, because I did actually basically add more to that trade with this breakout right here, which I'll talk about in just a moment. But at least for now, this bullish divergence is still actively playing out and potentially repeating history. We're seeing similar price action right now to what we saw back here in around the first half of September. But keep in mind, right now, the 8-hour Bitcoin RSI is just starting to enter into overbought territories, which basically means we could potentially sometime soon, maybe in the next couple of days or so, see a little bit of a slowdown from all of this bullish price action, basically a bit of a cool off in order to reset the RSI. Once again, that doesn't necessarily have to be right this moment, maybe in a day or two from now, but sometime soon, we're likely soon going to see a bit of a cool off. But that doesn't necessarily mean the end of this overall bullish movement. It could just be a bit of a cool off in the short term, resetting the RSI, giving us more room to the upside later on. But once again, expect something like that at some point in the next couple of days or so. But overall, the short-term momentum is clearly bullish as of right now, while this bullish divergence is still active. And if we're taking a look at the 6-hour Bitcoin chart, we have obviously just confirmed the breakout above this line right here, which was sitting at around 63.8K. So this now confirms the double bottom pattern, which is also known as a W pattern, which confirms bullish price targets on the price chart. As I've been talking about over the last couple of days, we have this first bullish price target at around 67.2K approximately, and the second price target at around 68.3K. And obviously, as of right now, we've already moved a decent way towards that price target above this point of the breakout. And like I said I would over the last couple of days, I did add more to that Bitcoin long position. So first of all, a couple of days ago now, I already started entering into a Bitcoin long position to start with, to basically trade this bullish divergence, as I shared here on the channel very transparently. And in my last video, I shared if we see a breakout above 63.8K, that will be the point right there on the price chart to double down on a long position. As I explained in my last video, I'd said I will be adding more to my Bitcoin long position once we see a confirmed breakout above 63.8K, and that's exactly what I did. I put my money where my mouth was, and right now I'm making easy profits, and hopefully you are too. And at this moment in time, my stop loss for this Bitcoin long position is already above my entry, already in profits, which means even in the worst case scenario, if we just suddenly crash out of the blue, that will hit my stop loss and close the trade automatically in profit. So even in the worst case scenario, I'm still making money from this trade. And in the best case scenario, obviously, if we continue pumping here, I do have some take profits closer towards these price targets here. And I've also just taken a very small amount of profits off the table at close to 66,000 due to the fact that we are running into some major resistance right here. So just in the case that we see maybe a rejection again, I have already taken a small amount of profits just from that Bitcoin long position close to 66,000. And I've left the rest of the long position open in case we break out above 66,000. And then I do have another take profit at around 67.2K, give or take, and just underneath around 68.3K as another take profit. But overall, I'll still remain in the long position. I'll just take some more profits off the table at those price targets. That's my trading strategy, at least as of right now. And obviously, I'm still holding a lot of spot Bitcoin as well. This is just talking about a short-term leverage trading opportunity. And in case you missed this trading opportunity right here, do not worry, there's always more opportunities, which I'll talk about in just a moment right here. But first, if you want to trade these moves for yourself, personally, I take just about all of my trades over on Bybit. So I'll make sure to leave a link to Bybit down below this video in the description and in the pinned comment. And if you use that link down below this video to make your Bybit account and deposit on that account, then you can get up to a $30,000 deposit bonus, but only if you use that link down below this video. And also, if you use that link, it'll take you to this page page right here, which is a 500 USDT position airdrop. So basically a free $500 trade just by making a Bybit account using that link, making a deposit and claiming this airdrop. And so if you're going to be trading crypto anyway, you might as well check this out. Once again, first link down below this video. But for whatever reason, if you cannot access Bybit or if you cannot KYC on Bybit, there's also Bitnex, which is another crypto exchange similar to Bybit, but you don't need KYC for Bitnex, which means if you're in the US or the UK, for example, or another country where you might not be able to access Bybit, you can access Bitnex. So I'll also leave a link to Bitnex down below this video. And if you use that link, you can get up to a 5.5k deposit bonus. And only if you use that link, you can get an exclusive 10% discount on all trading fees on the Bitnex exchange forever. But that's only if you use the link down below this video to make your Bitnex account. And so as another option out there, other than Bybit, once again, there's Bitnex. Links down below if you want to claim those extra bonuses. But with that being said, taking a look at the Bitcoin charts again, and like I said, over the last couple of days, we already had this trading opportunity, which I shared here on the channel. So right now, that's already playing out. But for those of you that are new to the channel that missed my last 1 to 2 videos and this trading opportunity, there's also potentially a new trading opportunity that's still yet to play out. And this is on the daily Bitcoin chart, which is a cup and handle pattern that's already formed, but still waiting to be confirmed because we still need to see a confirmed breakout with a daily candle close above the neckline, which is sitting at around 66.2k. So 66.2k is the level to break in order to confirm this cup and handle pattern. And a cup and handle pattern is a bullish pattern that's actually quite similar to a W pattern or a double bottom pattern. And if we're measuring out the technical price target for this cup and handle pattern, if we confirm the breakout above around 66.2k, then in that case, that will set up a bullish price target at around 79.8k, nearly $80,000 per Bitcoin as a bullish price target if we can see a breakout above this line. And if we're measuring out that move from the point of the breakout to that price target, that's around a 20% move to the upside, or just for example, with a 10x leverage long position, that would be a 200% profit, essentially tripling your money. But as always, that is not personal financial advice. That's just giving you an example of a potential trading opportunity and a potential price target if we first confirm the breakout. Once again, as of right now, this price target is not active. It is not in play because as of right now, we've not confirmed the breakout. And also keep in mind, even if we do confirm this breakout above 66.2k, give or take, in that case, if we break back below the point of the breakout, that would invalidate the breakout and invalidate the price target. So keep that in mind. That would maybe be an area to think about placing some sort of stop loss, is usually what I end up doing with these breakout trading opportunities. And also, if we confirm this breakout, we still cannot forget about resistance. We still have a lot of resistance to the upside on this chart, for example, in between around 67 to 68,000 and also close to that all-time high level, close to around 72 to 74,000. We still have some major resistance. So just because we set up a bullish price target at around $80,000, that does not mean ignore all resistance. Obviously, the price does not move in a straight line and would still likely struggle at around resistance. And so overall, just to summarize, the short term is still currently looking bullish as we're heading towards these short-term price targets, which are active based on this double bottom pattern. But the longer term trend is currently at a potential turning point. We just simply need to see a breakout above roughly 66,000, above this resistance, and also above this neckline, confirming a major bullish price target if we break out above 66,000 with confirmation. So candle closes above that level. And also ideally, if we break out above around 68,000, that would be extra confirmation, further confirming more of a bull run on the larger timeframes, not just the short term looking bullish. And with that being said, taking a look at the Bitcoin liquidation heat map, and obviously over the last one day, we took out all of that liquidity that was sitting to the upside in between around 64,500 to 65,000. So like I said in my last video, that is a bullish price target to watch out for. And like I said, if we see a breakout above around 64,500, that will likely start triggering a short squeeze, which is bullish for the price. That further pushes the price to the upside. And that's exactly what we saw as expected. So if you watch my last video, you should have made some decent money from this move. But once again, in case you're new to the channel and you missed my last video here on the channel, don't worry, there's always more trading opportunities as I already shared in this video. So make sure you subscribe to this channel with notifications turned on so that you don't miss out on any of these important update videos where I'm sharing these trading opportunities from time to time where you can potentially make a lot of easy profits in crypto. But with that being said, taking a look at Ethereum on the 3-day time frame, and right now we're still bouncing from this major support in between around 2150 to 2.2k, and we've also just broken out above around 2,500, which was a bit of short-term resistance at around 2.5k. But with that being said, we still have major resistance to watch out for close to 2.8k. But if we could see a confirmed breakout above 2.8k, that would be very bullish for the price, likely causing a longer term bullish trend, or at least a bit more of a bull run that could last for maybe a few months if we could see a breakout above 2.8k, because that would be very bullish price structure on the larger time frames if we can first see that signal confirm. And if we're taking a look at the 12-hour time frame over the last one day, we not only confirmed a breakout above this area of resistance, which was sitting in between around 2440 to 2475, but we also are currently breaking out above this resistance, which was previous support and resistance, and that's sitting in between around 2550 to 2580. So if we especially confirm this 12-hour candle close above that area, that would actually confirm this breakout on this chart above this resistance. And so essentially we should now be expecting support at these previous areas of resistance. Anytime where we break out above resistance, technically speaking, that usually flips into new support. And as for further resistance to the upside, now that we're seeing a breakout above these areas, we still have significant resistance at close to 2.7k to 2.8k. So just keep that in mind. That's a significant area of resistance. But if we can see a breakout above 2.8k, like I just said earlier, that would be very bullish on the larger timeframes. But at least for now, the short term is still currently looking bullish, despite the fact that we're getting close to overbought territories on the 12-hour Ethereum RSI. But like I said earlier, for Bitcoin, this means that at some point in the next couple of days, not necessarily right now, but at some point in the next couple of days, expect some sort of cool down or cool off from all of this bullish price action in order to reset the RSI if we can actually get into overbought territories first, which will first require a little bit more of a pump to the upside in order to reach those overbought territories. But like I've already been saying over the last few days, before we saw all of this bullish move right here, we're seeing very similar price structure in the market right now in the price of ETH right now compared to what we saw back here in the first half of September. I've been comparing this bullish price structure, expecting more bullish price action before we saw the bullish price action. And if we're taking a look at the 4-hour time frame, obviously over the last one day, as soon as we confirmed a 4-hour candle close just above around 2.5k, that was the point to flip much more bullish in the short term, expecting a bullish move towards these price targets. First of all, we have the first price target at around 2630 and the second price target at around 2660, and we have already hit the first bullish price target and we've gotten very close to the second bullish price target already. And so obviously, if you took this trading opportunity, which I laid out very transparently just in my last video here on the channel, if you took that trading opportunity, entering some sort of long position, or even just buying some Ethereum at this breakout as soon as we confirmed the breakout above 2,500, and then maybe took some profits close to these price targets, if you're in a leveraged long position, obviously you would have done very well, made a lot of easy money in crypto right here if you simply watched my last video. And once again, if you're in the US, for example, and you cannot access Bybit to take these trades, there is Bitgex, an alternative option out there that you can access in the US. Link down below if you want to take these trading opportunities. And with that being said, taking a look at the price of Solana on the daily time frame, and right now the price is almost hitting this significant area of resistance in between around 159 to 163, and this is happening after we've continued a major bounce from this area of support, still acting as major support in between around 137 to 142. And we also had a small amount of resistance close to around 152 to 154. But now that we're trading above that area, technically speaking, 152 to 154 should become a bit of short-term support right now for the price of Solana. But overall, in the short term, things are looking bullish. And especially if we can see a confirmed breakout above 163, that will be the point where we can flip very bullish on these larger timeframes like this daily chart right here, expecting a much larger bullish move, not just a short-term short-term pump if we can see a breakout above 163, because in that case, if we can see a breakout above 163, that would confirm a massive inverse head and shoulders pattern, which is just about completed the formation phase right now, but we're still waiting for confirmation. We're still waiting to confirm the pattern by seeing a breakout above 163. And in case you're wondering, the potential bullish price target for that inverse head and shoulders pattern, if we can first see that breakout, that will be setting up a price target at around $210 approximately. So from the point of the breakout to that price target, we're talking about nearly a 30% move to the upside with no leverage, or for example, with a 10x leverage long position, that would be a 300% profit in a single trade. But remember, I want to make it clear that right now that potential bullish price target is not active. It is not in play because we have not seen the confirmed breakout above 163. So at least for now, there's still the possibility that we could see another rejection from this resistance, which is why we need to wait to see the breakout. And even if we do confirm this breakout, of course, there's other areas of resistance to watch out for that we cannot ignore, starting at around 170 to 175 and also sitting in between 183 to 187. But if we're zooming into the short term, looking at the 6-hour time frame, what is confirmed and already playing out right now, which I talked about in my last video here on the channel, before we saw the breakout, we have this double bottom pattern, also known as a W pattern, and we've now confirmed the breakout above the point of the breakout here, which was sitting at around 149. And as I explained in my last 1 to 2 videos, if we break out above 149 and confirm a candle close above that level, expect a continued bullish move with now a bullish price target sitting at around 163. So basically, this next area of resistance is essentially the price target, which we're getting very close to hitting right now. And personally, I put my money where my mouth was. I wasn't just talking BS in my last video. I actually put my money into this long position right here and longed the price of Solana from around this breakout. And as of right now, I've taken a very small amount of profits, close to around 158, give or take, because that's running very close to this resistance. But ultimately, I still have a decent amount of that long position open. And also I have my stop loss above my entry. So at this point, even in the worst case scenario, if we just suddenly crash for some reason, that would ultimately close the trade automatically in profits at my stop loss. And of course, I have another take profit just underneath this bullish price target because I like to place my take profits just underneath the price target in case we basically have front runners front running the price target or we don't actually fully get there. But that take profit would also just close a portion of the trade, a decent portion of the trade, but it'll keep a lot of the trade still open. So essentially, if we just continue running further to the upside, I would continue to profit from that move. And as we move further to the upside, I slowly move my stop loss further into profits, essentially securing more and more profits in the worst case scenario. And so by using that strategy, in my opinion, it's the best risk to reward ratio when it comes to my personal positions, because essentially I'm not really limiting my upside by keeping the positions open and just taking a small amount of profits along the way at resistance and price targets and not really closing the entire trade all at once. But at the same time, I'm protecting downside by having a stop loss and moving that stop loss further into profits as the trade moves further into profits. And so that is my overall trading strategy right now for Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana. Those are the trades that I'm taking with my own money, as I've been sharing here on the channel since before we saw these moves. And as always, if you want to trade these moves for yourself, there's those links down below this video if you want to claim those extra bonuses over on those exchanges. And if you want to actually know how to trade crypto, no matter if the price is bullish, bearish, or chopping around sideways, make sure to watch these videos popping up right here on your screen. The video in the top left shows you how you can profit from bullish or bearish price action using long positions or short positions, and the video in the bottom left shows you how you can easily profit from choppy sideways price action. But anyway, that is everything that I have to say for today. I really hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next video.